The stage of the trend will help you have a good entry and a good stop loss. So it's very important that we now look at stage logics. After the speed and after the structure, now you need to know how the trend develops itself. We will start the stage logics by start looking by the stages of the trend in terms of phases, in terms of sequential appearance of each one of them. The concept behind the stage of the trend is that when the market went down like this, Tenkan created a fat and then went up and started creating a new trend till it create another fat, right? And in the meantime, in the same time, Kijun crossed here Tenkan and rised up, and then they come and recross at this level. Then Kijun will go up because at this point, Tenkan will go down, then go up again, and that will be a correction. So we have this type of shape where what we got is we will start first of all with a dawn candle here. The beginning of the when you see a fat here, you have a dawn candle. This will be a dunk, right? Then after the dunk, you will have a TK cross, which will create the dunk will be the first phase. That will be a reversal phase. Then the TK cross will be the next phase. After that, you will have the candle that goes above the cloud that create the KSB, right? The KSB that will be another phase that is a secure. KSB is a diamond cross, is a more secure trend. Then you have a correction. This correction will end just right here, right? So this will be the correction. After the correction, you have then the price cross, the TK cross crossing again, creating you a new push to the upside. That push will be a phase two. So that's how the trend develops itself from reversal to to the new push, and then Tenkan will keep going up and create a fat again like this before having another reversal, and Kijun will stay flat to make a new trend. But at the center point, you will see candle above Tenkan, and those candles above Tenkan will create a retracement. These retracement are also is also a phase for a correction or a reversal. Is the beginning when candles are in the empty space, right? In the empty space. So that is the idea around the phases. And then at each phases, you know when to enter. For example, here you can enter directly on the dawn candle. On the TK course, you can enter inside the inverted TK and place the stop loss just below AV stop. And on the KSB, you can enter at Tenkan or inside on when candle come and touch June again. On the correction, you can enter directly on the inverted Tenkan and place your stop loss just below a V. On the push, you can enter directly on Tenkan even and place a stop loss here just here. Now on the empty space reversal, you can literally enter and sell on 5 minutes because this one will be a 1 hour chart, and then you go on 5 minutes here to go and look for a ticket cost before the cloud. One took ticket cost before the cloud or ticket cost before the cloud, and then you start selling. But here instead you need to buy, right? You need to buy and buy and buy here. Okay. The most important thing will be the entry and the stop loss for this video. Don't look too much for take profit. I will talk to you about it on the next video. So that's the idea around all of this. So let us start with the first stage. Stage one. For stage one, we have the dunk, the reversal. The reversal stage, we have the dunk against the deep trend, right? So the dunk against the deep trend, the entry will be on the dunk candle, and the V stop will be, the V stop means the stop loss, right? It will be below Tenkan Mountain. Let us look at it in the chart directly. We have here, what do we have here? We have here a prices that was going down like this, and then now we saw this down candle, right? On this down candle, you can enter directly at the uh, at the close of the down candle and place your stop loss just at this uh, bottom wick, right? This is where you place your V stop. I call my stop loss V. I call stop loss is V stop, right? I call stop loss V stop. So the position will look like this. And then don't mind too much about the take profit for the moment. They focus on the entry and the stop loss for the moment. So this V stop will be the maximum stop loss for this phase. That will be your maximum stop loss for this phase. Okay. Then after this phase, you have now the TK cross, the reversal too. The Tenkan cross before the cloud against the deep trend, and the entry will be Kijun inverted Kijun, or the Kijun that is inverted, or the Tenkan, and the stop loss will be the V stop below Tenkan again. So let us take the next phase just right here. This will be the TK cross, right? This is a TK cross. Now the candle went above till here and then come back and touch Kijun. So at this Kijun, you can directly enter. Place your stop loss just at this V stop here. The V. Why do I call it V stop? Because it creates a V. The price creates a V like this. And at the bottom of the V on the candle, you place your stop loss. So you have basically this entry and then the stop loss, and then take profit up there. So I'll just show you where you place your stop profit. I just place a random take profit, because now we focus on the first of all the stage, then the entry, then the V stop, right? The V stop. The V stop meaning maximum stop loss for this phase. So after that, we have another reversal. But this one will be a 1-2 dunk reverse, round 1-2 dunk TK cross against the deep trend. That can happen with the fusion of TK. This is not necessary, very necessary. 1-2, because the fusion is not. Yeah, let me put the fusion, because sometimes you see the fusion. 1-2. Okay, let me go and show you it. 1-2 dunk TK cross before the cloud. It happened a lot on Bitcoin. Let's start by USD JPY. I can show you exactly what I meant there on USD JPY. Here is the example. Okay, this is the example. No, that's not it. Let's go on Bitcoin. It's not the example. I have a fusion here, but it does not make 1-2. it happened a lot on 15 minutes. For example, this one is one of them. We have here the trend that was going down. After that, we have the first cross to the upside here of TK. Then the price make as if it continue down, but it doesn't really continue down. Then you have a down candle, which will be this candle, right? Which will be this candle. And then normally you place your stop loss just at this bottom, right? But in this case, you will get stopped out. The reason why you get stopped out when you enter like this is because of one thing. The ticket cost is still close to the downside, right? It's still looking to the downside. So it means that there are still volumes. That's why I always recommend to wait until you see a ticket cost when Tenkan is above TK like this, and then you can start buying here. This one will not threaten your stop loss if you bought there and then your stop loss was at this level. All of this space will not be threatened. Even if candles come back and retrace till somewhere here, you will not be threatened by any candles. But this one threaten you. The reason is you buy at this candle, your stop loss is just at this horizontal line. But the problem is in 1 hour, for example, you don't yet have an inclined Tenkan because the market reverse when the 1 hour the Tenkan start to be inclined. The Tenkan start to be inclined from this purple line, right? But where you start buying, the Tenkan was still inclined to the downside, but you were buying. So that's why we still had more volume to keep selling. That's why your stop loss got touched. So there are two reasons why your stop loss get touched at this type of setup. If you buy this just right here, you will get stop out. So and mostly we are in a Bitcoin pair. So normally when you do this, you need to add more room for the stop loss. Okay. To not get out. But sometimes it doesn't happen. You can there are times where you have 1-2, but it doesn't get you out. So the best thing is always to enter at the second where TK is crossing to the upside, and then you can buy so that you don't get your treated by the price candles. You don't get exited. Here is another one, which this one will be the 1, 2, 3 dunk, the number 4, 1, 2, 3 dunks, right? Against the Jeep trend with TK fusion. You can have some TK fusion in between. But let's not focus on TK fusion for the moment. Let's just focus on the 1, 2. So you have one TK crossing to the upside, showing you that I want to go to the upside. You have 2 here. Okay, after the 2, the 3 will come here, but you can start entering at this level on which candle? On one down candle here, this green candle just inside. So you can be buying just right here, and then place your stop loss on this V with a small space, and then you can have an opportunity to have no retracement. Okay, that is what I explained here. The down candle is the candle where you enter, but it's one of the most riskiest way to do it. The down candle, right? When you enter in the down candle, because it's risky, because if it still has power to go down, your stop loss is threatened, and if you didn't put more room, how many pips is more room for the for a stop loss? Is it this number of pips, or is it this? Is it just like this? You don't know, right? You don't really know the how many number of, and then you don't want to be a good trader, a professional analyst, a good trader using words like I don't know. Those are words of self pity people. So you need to know, do what you know, don't do what you don't know. So normally you should wait TK cross just right here and you buy, and then you know that the maximum stop loss is just at this level. But I'm just showing you that you can enter in a down candle, but you will experience some tricky behavior of the price. Because, for example, at this level, the candles were at this level, the candle were on an empty space just right here in 1 hour, right? Just below here, and then you wanted to buy it. So it is tricky to buy inside the empty space, but mostly when Tenkan and Kijun are still close to the downside and Tenkan is still looking to the downside. Like Tenkan is still pointing down, but you buy. You are actually almost going against the volume. Tenkan must start pointing up, or you must start seeing a ticket cross volume that gives you an intention of bullish intention of going to the upside. That's why selling, even selling here, selling inside the empty space like this is very, it is very how can I say it? It's very tricky. Now you can also have the 1, 2, 3 dunk on 5 minutes. Let's go on look and look at it at 5. Let's go and look at it at 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. Uh, why is the connection making me wait and pause like this? Hmm. Okay, the connection is good now. So I wanted to go on. if I wanted to go on Bitcoin 5 minute and look at places where I have the Dunk 1, 2, 3 phase. For example, let us look at this one. The price were going down to the from the left side. You had normally when you have 1, 2, 3. What I explained in the document is that this will be the one close to the upside. Then the second close to the upside here. Then the third close to the upside here. So inside the third close to the upside, what you need to do is buy somewhere here and then place your stop loss at this level. But the problem of doing it, there is one problem doing it this way without giving a room for the price, is that the thing that can make you your trade get exited, get stopped out, is that in 15 minutes, for example, at this level, what do we have at this level? Tenkan is still bended to the downside, right? We still have a ticket close to the downside like this. What does it mean? It means that if a car is going down, it did not yet finish stopping his speed of his downtrend speed, right? Even after 1, 2, 3 breaks from higher time frame, this car still has speed. That's why the price is still going down. And if you go on 1 hour, you will see that it was this candle. At this candle, what do you see in 1 hour? We still have a Tenkan bending down, and the price was on the empty space. It means that we still have some energy to go down, even though it will be a reversal soon, but we still have some energy to go down. So 5 minutes has a lot of movement. So 5 minutes has a lot of movement. A lot of, I cannot call it, I don't want to call it fake out because it's not a fake. It doesn't fake nobody. It's just like you need to understand that volume is still present even after 1, 2, 3. In general, after 1, 2, and 3, the price go to the upside. But in this case, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3 close to the upside, but it's still not finished. You have 4 here, and then you have 5. It is at the fifth close that you should have been buying. And at the fifth close, where are we in 15 minutes? Are we at the best moment? That's not this one. Okay, here it is. Here it is. At the fifth close, what do we have? We have a Tenkan. Okay, you see that the inclination, when I zoom in like this, the inclination of Tenkan made what? An upside inclination, right? You already had one upside inclination, but previously you had some downside inclination, right? Tenkan, even 15 minutes, went to your side in terms of volume, directional volume, instant directional volume. And then, even though in 1 hour you were still down, okay. So 15 minutes is then the best hour for a setup like reversal setup. The best time frame for reversal setup is 15 minutes because in 15 minutes you will have entered here, right? Just in front here, which will look like this in 5 minutes. Which should have looked like this in 5 minutes. It should have been a 5 minute SSA mountain, right? In terms of buy, you should have buying on SSA mountain 5 minutes. That is 15-minute TK cross before the cloud. But this will be more sure than buying empty space in 5 minutes. That's why I'm telling you that empty space here above the cloud, when you sell it, for me, it is best to sell it at 15-minute TK cross, because you can still have a small power to keep going up before going down. And in 5 minutes, you have a lot of crosses like this. Like you see here, I even told you that it's only 3 crosses, but sometimes it is 5 crosses. But I just made a more common general things that you often see. Okay. But there are sometimes it is 5 crosses. I know it. But let's stay at 1, 2, 3. And you can say that 1, 2, 3 can be also be 1, 2, 3, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay. So that is it. Let's go to the next now, reversal. That was the reversal. Now there is the next phase. Let us put a small resume now first. First of all, let us do a small summary. In terms of summaries, you have what is the first phase of the trend? This dunk, right? Candle is the first phase. Then the next phase is the cross before the cloud. Then the next phase, as I've shown you, is 1, 2, 3 TK cross and 1, 2. So those are the phase 2. But those one, you cannot look at it in 5 minutes. You cannot look at it in 1 hour. Those 1, 2, 3 TK cross is very present on 5 minute and 15-minute time frame. But from 1 hour, 4 hour daily is rare on many pairs and many assets. So that's why you go for this phase of the trend, you look at it mostly in 5 minutes, like this USD JPY. It doesn't happen a lot on 5 minutes USD JPY, but it happened here because USD JPY respect a lot volume wide. So you have 1, 2 here and 3 here on USD JPY, right? For the type of trend that you need to buy. But the best time is buying at the 3. But now on Bitcoin, you have the best time at the 5 TK cross. You just need to be aware that there are pairs like Bitcoin. When they rise fast. But when they start being slow, they are very slow too. That's why you can have till 5 breaks of the volume. So those are the the stages of the trend. Then the next stage is the reversal in cloud. After TK cross before the cloud, this one means cross before the cloud. This CBC, like it does mean that it means that cross before the cloud. So number 5, after TK cross before the cloud, after TK cross before the cloud against the deep trend, Kijun and Tenkan stay in cloud, and then your entry will be inverted Kijun and stop loss at inverted Tenkan. Okay, let us look at it in 5 minutes and 15 minutes on Bitcoin. Okay, this is a good example. What do we see here? This is TK cross before the cloud, right? This is TK cross before the cloud. After this, Tenkan and Kijun do what? They enter inside the cloud. Tenkan and Kijun are inside the cloud here. And then you can have then entries here. That's the phase. When Tenkan and Kijun are inside the cloud, and we know that it's a reversal, you can enter here at Kijun, place your entry position, and then place your stop loss just here at this Tenkan mountain, right? And then what will it do? You will not get treated by the future price. Even if there is a retracement, you will not get treated, right? But let me tell you something that you need to be very aware of. You need to be very aware of the fact that between a stop loss at Tenkan Mountain and a stop loss at the V stop, right? Between the V stop and the Tenkan Mountain stop loss, the V stop is the more secure maximum stop loss than the Tenkan Mountain here, right? Okay. Let's try to find another example if you can find it. Yeah. It happens, but it doesn't happen always. But when it happens, you know. The most important thing for you to know, right? Let us take this example. This is another one. You have a ticket cross before the cloud, right? And then Tenkan and Kijun are inside the cloud. Then you have what? An opportunity to buy at Kijun here. And then your stop loss will be where? Just right here. Okay. And then you will have an opportunity to ride up. So let's take another example. This one is very awkward. I've never seen this. I've never seen this one. Anyway, let's leave that one. This is another one. Let me look at this one with you guys. So here you have the ticket cross before the cloud. Then Tenkan and Kijun are inside the cloud. You have opportunity to sell just right here when the candle goes on and the inverted Kijun. So you can sell just right here. Let us say you sell here, and then you place your stop loss at Tenkan Mountain. You see that Tenkan Mountain, as I told you, Tenkan Mountain can work and sometimes cannot work. So that's why it is not the max stop loss. The max stop loss is at this V, just above. This is Tenkan Mountain, right? Prefer this V as a stop loss for reversal, all of these reversal, than Tenkan Mountain. Okay, because you can have something tricky like this. Mostly on Bitcoin, will have a lot of big retracement or huge retracement. Okay. So I think I'm done with some example there. Then let us go to reversal inside the cloud. Ticket cross before the cloud against the different and Kijun stay in cloud, but Tenkan now goes out of SSA in air. There are some places where Tenkan goes out of SSA in the air. You got something here. Is it okay? We have something here. What do we have here? A cross before the cloud first, right? Then Tenkan and Kijun enters in the cloud. Then Tenkan alone get out of the cloud. Tenkan go out of the cloud below, making you think that it continues. This trend continues down, but Kijun stay inside the cloud, right? Kijun is inside the cloud, so that can make you think it is going down, but it's actually going up. So you need to then be buying in when Tenkan is already in air. When you need to buy when Kijun is touched and your stop loss at the V stop below Tenkan, below inverted Tenkan. Okay, you need to do like this. Okay, what you need to do here is that when you see Tenkan going out of the cloud like this, out of SSA, because it touched, Tenkan was inside SSA just there for what, like 1 second or two. You can see it here. Tenkan and Kijun were inside the cloud for 1 or 2 seconds. Just right here. Okay, you see it now. Just inside here. You see Tenkan and Kijun inside the cloud. Then Tenkan alone went out of the cloud, making you think that it's a cell now, but it wasn't. So now, how do you find the entry here? You will find the entry with letting candle were going down. When candle touch again, this candle, when this candle touch Kijun, then you can start buying from here, and then you place a stop loss at this V stop below this Tenkan, and then it will make you have a comfortable buy. Okay, that is basically it. And then what do I got? I don't have another example of this so that I can show you it a little bit better, a little more, one more time. Okay, we got this example. On this example, you see that we had this course, then Tenkan and Kijun went inside the cloud together, but Tenkan goes out of the cloud alone, making you think that this trend goes down. But don't panic. You just need to realize that that's how the trend, this phase work. It's not a sell, but when you see candle coming back at Kijun and touching Kijun like this, you buy here and you place your stop loss just at the V stop below Tenkan, and then you can, that will be the maximum stop loss. And then you can put any stop loss here, any take profit above. But yeah, that's it. So now let us look at the transition phase. Let's go on USD JPY. Let's do a small resume. We go on USD JPY. Okay, this is the perfect transition. This is the perfect transition, right? What do we have as a small resume? You have this dunk, first of all. Then you have this ticket course. That was the first phase. Then you have the second phase of the reversal. Then after that, we don't have any phase for, yes, we have Tenkan and Kijun inside the cloud, but we don't have any entry here. But after that, we have candles going out like this. And Tenkan is also out. But when Tenkan is on the other side of SSB alone, Kijun is inside the cloud. When you have this type of configuration, you may think that, oh shit, what does that even mean? Candles are here above. Tenkan and Kijun have some weird position. Do I buy or do I sell? The way to do it is that, right? When candles are above the cloud like this, Tenkan is above the cloud too. At this point, you can sell on 5 minutes, 15 minutes. But when candle touches SSB, inverted SSB, now you buy. Okay. And you buy, you keep holding. The reason why this one is a transition is because it is a transition between the reversal phases, like dunk, ticket cross, 1, 2, 3. So the reversal phases, and after that you have the secure trend phases, right? The secure trend phases like KSB. But this one is a reversal it is a transition. This one is a transition phase that separates the two phases, right? So it is one of the trickiest way to, it's very tricky. It's very tricky to sometimes agree that you keep buying there. Let me show you another example on 15 minutes. You have this example, right? This is also another transition phase. You have the price going down. Yeah, the candle were at this level. And when the candle arrived at that level, they can stay below the cloud, but Kijun is not yet out of the cloud, right? And it happens often. So how do you know that you buy or sell when you have this type of movement? You will always sell the continuity of this ticket cross orientation. The continuity of this ticket cross orientation when candles come and touch SSB, then you can sell. Each candle that touch SSB, you can sell, right? Because you should not start buying, you should not start saying that, oh, I see a big bullish candle, it's a big green candle, let me buy here. You will not even have time to eat your money that you are already exited out of the trade, right? It's not about big candle. First of all, I told you it's only volume. Yeah. So uh so if you want to take a reversal here in 1 minute, take a reversal when candle are in air, you buy here. When you touch SSB, then you sell. So you buy just inside on air there against ticket cross, because ticket cross is to the downside. The transition idea is that we keep selling the downside. Okay. When Tenkan is to the downside, Tenkan and Kijun are in the downside. So let's look at 1 hour. Let's look at 1 hour. Um, let's look at the 1 hour. In the 1 hour, yeah, you can see that we have it here, right? We have the similar what transition, right? Where is Tenkan? Tenkan is below SSB, and Kijun is still inside the cloud. How do you buy or sell here? You will buy any candle that will be the empty space to the upside, but when candle are already inside the cloud here, you just sell. Because the main idea of the transition is that the transition make the ticket cross trend continue to the downside. So normally you should even waiting rather than keep buying. You should be just selling all of this market. Okay, so let's keep going. Now after the transition, we have the secure trend. The secure trend that is called KSB up. KSB with ticket crossing upward with Tenkan above. Okay, okay, I wanted to say ticket crossing upward. Okay, there is this signal that is ticket crossing upward. What do I mean by this setup? This setup is this one. Most of the time when Kijun cross SSB, let us take this one. You see, when Kijun Kijun went there, caused SSB to the upside. Then Tenkan and Kijun were already crossed, separated upward. So now Tenkan stays above Kijun, right? And then that is the KSB with CK crossing upward. And then you can find an entry when the price touches Tenkan, and then you put your stop loss just at a V stop around TK cross. Okay, there is another stop loss for this when it is about KSB, right? TK cross was the TK cross looking left below was this left this stop loss where you can put the stop loss. At this TK cross like this, you put your stop loss just right here, and then you let the trade continue. The reason why it can be good sometimes, I don't say all of the time, is that um, SB is a diamond configuration. So it's very solid. When Kijun goes above the SSB like this, it is rare that you see it coming back down. It's a good signal. It's one of the most powerful uptrend confirmation that you can have. So the retracement will not be that huge. Okay. So you even when I want to take another example. Okay, so let us leave at that. So now let us go on this this secure trend. That will be secure phase of the trend. That will be KSB with Tenkan cross with an inverted Tenkan cross, right? KSB with an inverted Tenkan cross. Let me go on Bitcoin for that. Because sometimes it's best to look at it in Bitcoin because that's where it happens. So this is one example in Bitcoin. Normally this is KSB, right? Going down. Okay. Tenkan is on the same side, like is below Kijun. But you realize that Tenkan will go back up doing an inverted cross. Like the cross was to the downside, now the cross is to the upside. And this configuration, right, make the price retrace a lot. So you can be entering, you can have this KSB and then you enter this candle, you sell. And if your stop loss is just close like this, you will get out because of this retracement, because you told yourself that, okay, let me enter a Tenkan, I place a tight stop loss, and then the price will continue down straight up. But most of the time, or sometimes, the price doesn't continue directly, and you create an inverted Tenkan. So that's why I tell you to put the stop loss even above the TK cross, just at the Tenkan mountain, just right here. Okay, so that's one example. Let me take another example. Another example, let us take this example. Let us take this example. This one is very good. So another one is that this one was what? A ticket cost, no, it's a KSB, right? Just right here, isn't it? And then you add this KSB, and then this KSB, and then normally you can buy when the candle touch Tenkan at this level. You can buy it. Even here you can buy, but let us say you buy at Tenkan. And what I told you is to put your stop loss at the ticket cost, but this one will not make sense because normally the maximum stop loss for KSB for a secure trend is the Tenkan mountain below looking left, right? You see that when you put at the Tenkan mountain, even when you have a retracement in the future, for when you already have a KSB like this, for reversal before ticket, before the cloud, the best stop loss is V stop. But for KSB, because KSB is a diamond solid trend, the price, even if the price retraces to this point, it will not threaten your stop loss. You can survive the retracement. Okay, that is what I'm explaining. That's what I'm showing. That's not what I'm showing here, but you know, I'm showing here. I needed to put this one. I forgot this inverted. No, Tenkan Mountain. Tenkan. I need to put it here. Tenkan Mountain. Right. This is what I put here. Tenkan Mountain as a stop loss. Even at this point. Tenkan Mountain. Okay, you can have it that at the maximum stop loss. You also have this example just at this point. This one is a ticket cost, a KSB, right? On this KSB, you could have sold just yen. If you place your stop loss in on the ticket cross on the left, you could have been exited by maybe an economic news. But if you put it, you will have put it just here out on the Tenkan Mountain, you will not be exited, and this one is still a good trade. So now let us continue and then look at the corrections. The ticket correction. The correction, let us continue with the correction. The correction is this phase. Let us do so just a resume, a small summary just right here. The phase that we just see, we just saw us. I don't know. We got this one that was the dunk, then the TK cross. Yeah, TK cross and Tenkan. Then we have the transition, right? That was the entry. Why do I even do it like this? We got the dunk here. Then we had the TK cross before the cloud. Then the transition. Listen to the stop loss just right here. Now, after that, we have this correction. Okay. When the next phase is the correction phase. The correction phase appears just when Tenkan and Kijun are going on the other side of the Jeep trend. The Jeep trend is still bullish. Yeah. So we have two types of correction. We have, first of all, this correction that is, let me go on the Dow Jones. You have this correction that is just above the cloud, like the TK cross stays above the cloud and both in air. The entry will be on inverted Kijun SSA, and the stop loss will be at the V stop. We stay in 1 hour time frame. Let me pick one correction that just play in. Okay, you have one here. This is one correction that gave it. Okay, you see that Tenkan and Kijun stay above the cloud during this correction, right? No, Tenkan did not touch the cloud, Kijun did not touch the cloud, but we had a correction. So from this point, why is the connection just stepping a little bit like this? Hmm. So we had this one. Okay. Why do you enter here? You enter just at the end of the correction. What did I say at this point? Okay. There are two ways to enter here. Let me show you first of all the first way. The correction can be ending. When do you know that the correction is about to end? When Tenkan is going down like this, is still a correction, but as soon as Tenkan is moving to the upside and creating this high, this inclination to the upside, it is already the start of the end of the correction. And then you can be having your entry at this level and placing your stop loss just at this V stop, at this V, just below this Tenkan mountain of the correction. You have this V just right here, and then you place your stop loss. That's the first way that you can do. Or you acknowledge this correction, you wait it finish here, and then you come and buy this Kijun, and then everything continues to the upside. The entry must be a normal Kijun. It can be Kijun, or also the what I forgot to mention here is inverted Tenkan. The next correction is when Tenkan and Kijun are in correction, but Tenkan will touch the cloud, and Kijun will stay out of the cloud. This is the correction. This is the type of correction. Just I'll find it. Let me find it with by looking. Okay, this is the correction here. So you have this correction, right? You will realize that Tenkan is making as if it is going down, but actually it will touch the cloud, but the price will continue to go to the upside. But when Tenkan touches the cloud here, Kijun is out of the cloud, is above the cloud, proving that the trend, the upward trend is still strong, right? That's also a correction. And at this level, you can literally just enter. You can enter just at this candle, yes. This, but you will not have a way to enter here. You are just forced to enter a little bit after, a little bit after like this. and then place your stop loss. Since this one is a gap, you have a gap, but you have at the same time a huge snakes. So you can just place here your stop loss just at this V. Normally, since you have the gap and most of the time the price come and close the gap, you must place your stop loss below the gap, but the volume helps you to understand that it will not come and close anytime soon. So you can have a smaller stop loss. Do we have another one? It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, you know that it happens. These elements are just for you to have awareness. Awareness is better than improvement. When you are aware of something, you have done the improvement work like 80%. Awareness is better than improvement, to be honest. There's not even okay, it's difficult for me to keep going back. I need to, it can take me, it can take us a lot more time than this. Uh, to find another setup like that to show you an example. Okay, anyway, let us go with the next question. The next question is that Tenkan, this screenshot that I placed here is not a good screenshot. What I wanted to tell you about that is that, all right, Tenkan and Kijun will make the correction out of the cloud. And let me just show you the example here. And it is only Kijun who will touch. Let me take this type of example. You see this correction here, right? Tenkan will not come and touch the cloud. It is only Kijun who will touch the cloud, and then they will both go to the upside. But I didn't have the good screenshot. So let us leave this one, but just take into consideration this type of example. Now after the number 12, we have the deep correction. There is two type of correction. There is a simple correction that doesn't go too far down. Then there's this deep correction. What is the deep correction? The deep correction is, for example, the number one, this one, when Tenkan goes and touch SSB, goes out of the cloud, while Kijun is inside the cloud. And the fufu in front is even visible. Okay, let us take an example with this one. No, not this one. Not that one either. Even though those one, I will, those one appear often sometimes. I'll make sure to try to understand why. This one can be deeper correction, right? The course is below the cloud, but no, that's the reversal. I will not call it correction. That's the reversal. Let me not invent anything. Let me find just the right example that I want to give you. Tenkan and Kijun must be inside the cloud, both of them. And then the correction must be deep. And Tenkan alone must go out of the cloud. This example. Okay, can I have something on the back here? My internet connection, can you give a little bit broader? Let me try to check if I can have it for the downtrend. Let me try to check if I can have it for the downtrend. Oh, the deep correction. Let me go back on USD GPY. Let me see if I can see it here quicker. Maybe USD GPY can give me it a little bit quicker. Tenkan must go out of the cloud. That's what I'm looking at since it is as rare as. Let me go on Bitcoin just to show you the setup, just to show you the phase. It's not a setup, it's a phase. Will I see it here? Oh, it almost happened here, but it is not it. Kijun went out here. It almost happened here, but it's not that. Kijun went out there. Kijun must stay inside the cloud while Tenkan is outside. Should I look at it at 15 minutes? Maybe I will see it in 15 minutes. Hmm. Anyway, I will not keep looking at it. Okay. There is a phase where there's this phase where Tenkan is going down below SSB. Kijun is going to the upside. It's still inside the cloud. You may think that the price is making a reversal to the downside, but it is actually a continuity. That is a deep. Okay, I have this one. Maybe let me try to see. Okay, I have this one. Okay, this one for example. You have this correction that went too far above till here. Tenkan is literally out of the cloud to the upside. You think that now you have a transition, right? But no, this is a continuity to the downside. That's how deep some correction can be and make you think that is a transition you are about to go to the upside. That's why I call that that other phase a transition, because sometimes it can be just a deep correction and everything continues to the downside. And you need to have your direction in advance. You don't need to wait phases to start making a decision. You need to have your direction far before you start making any decision. Your direction must be already known. For example, here, you knew that in 1 hour you had what? A ticket cost before the cloud. So a reversal to the downside. And you can even go on 4 hour. What did you have? You had this SSB downtrend. And if you go and make some computation about SSB, you will realize that SSB length setup, you will realize that it is not less than 100 pips that it must move down. When the price was already at this level, it was the movement down was the price moved by 84 pips to the downside, then retraced to 55 pips to move again more till 100 till even 200 pips. So you need to be aware of that, and moreover, Tenkan is already inclined at this level to the downside. So rather than thinking about a continuity to the uptrend, you need to sell at that level. That is the type of deep trend that I'm talking about. That's why deep correction. That's why I'm calling it deep correction. Another deep correction is when Tenkan and Kijun are both inside the cloud, but Tenkan nor Kijun are touching SSB. They are both inside the cloud and the correction is happening inside. So we can find it more often than than the first correction. Than the first deep correction, we have what do we have? We have this one. Okay, let us take this one. Tenkan and Kijun stays inside the cloud, right? This is the deep correction. Tenkan and Kijun, since the correction started here, Tenkan and Kijun stayed inside the cloud. Tenkan did not go out of the cloud like this, leaving Kijun in. So that's another deep correction, because when it does happen, the candles are very close to SSB, like the other one. Like you can see here, the candles are close to SSB, like this first deep correction too. That's why I call it deep. So where do you enter that? You can enter at SSB. Why do you enter in this type of correction? You can enter when candle touch SSB, and then you just place your stop loss here. Another example can be, this one is also a deep correction. Yes, it is a deep correction. Then Ghana Kijun stay inside the cloud, and then you can be entering when candle touches SSB. It's always best to enter when they can start bending down, because that's the start of the end of the correction, and then you have a stop loss just close to this level, just right there, because you know that the correction is already finished, it's starting to finish. But if you go and sell here, where do you place your stop loss? Looking to the left, it will be very difficult to place. Are you placing at this plateau SSB? Maybe, but plateau SSB is not any stop loss level. Maybe this price, but you have a bigger stop loss, even though you enter earlier. It is about the stop loss size at some point. So better entering at the end of the correction when Tenkan start to bend down from here, because since Tenkan was to the upside, Tenkan will start to bend down from this level. Okay. Okay. So yeah. That's another deep correction here. Tenkan and Kijun stays inside the cloud. Why do you enter? You just enter when Tenkan start to bend to the upside at this candle, right? This green candle. You can enter even at this green candle. And then place your stop loss where? On SSB. And then everything goes to the upside. Okay. So now, after that, you have the phase that is called a push. The push is that, what is the push? After this correction, Tenkan and Kijun will cross again to the upside. Tenkan will go above Kijun, giving a second impulsion for this same deep trend. The deep trend here. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing. The deep correction. What do you realize? I forgot to mention something about the deep correction. The fufu. I did not show you the fufu. You will see that during this deep correction, Tenkan and Kijun inside the cloud, you always have a fufu. This fufu happened at this moment. Let me take candles. The candle was this candle that created the fufu. That is why this green candle here at the bottom here, that's what created this fufu. We can have another example, even this one. Deep correction always create the fufu. All right. This one. This is the candle. The candle that created the deep correction. The candle of the deep correction that created the fufu. So even from here, now all of this downtrend of the fufu. That's it. Okay, so let us go to the push. The push, what is the push? The push is the fact that each time TK cross make another cross above SSB, like the first TK cross for this new trend, the trend was first of all a downtrend, right? Then the new trend started from here. That is now an uptrend. Each time TK cross make a new cross after a correction like this, it make a new cross above the cloud after a correction, right? It is a push because we push the volume further up, right? For it to go further up to the upside. This one is also a push, right? After the correction, you have a push. So when the correction finish, the push start. So you have different push. You have the push when TK and Tenkan and Kijun are both inside the cloud and stay separated. Okay. For example, they cross inside the cloud. You have a push where Tenkan and Kijun crosses inside the cloud, like this one. The cross happened just here. This is the candle that made the Tenkan and Kijun having a cross. They cross inside the cloud and they stay separated. Where do you enter at this level? You enter just just here, and then you can put your stop loss at this Tenkan. Do you know what stop loss? The Tenkan inverted. Okay, or SSB. Kijun inverted, and then you enter at. You can enter just at this Kijun, at this inverted Kijun, and then place your stop loss on this Tenkan mountain, right? So I do not put Tenkan mountain. I wanted to say Tenkan mountain here. Okay. That will be a good way to it. Then you have another one, a push Tenkan and Kijun cross inside the cloud to continue the deep trend, but Kijun goes out of the cloud in air out of SSB, but TK cross will still stay separated to continue. Yeah, that's also the same option here. Kijun went out of the cloud after the separation because this separation is the push. Kijun went out of the cloud, then they can follow him even. But there are some times when Tenkan and Kijun stays inside the cloud. None of them goes out of the cloud, and this is it. Yeah, this is the first one that I wanted to present here. Both of them stays inside the cloud, right? The first one, both of them stays inside the cloud. Kijun did not go out of the cloud before continue. Okay, so I made a small confusion earlier. So this setup is this one. They separate themselves inside the cloud, but no Kijun nor Tenkan are getting out of the cloud. So that is that's an option too. And then for this one, it will be very difficult to enter unless you go on lower time frame and find an entry somewhere here. Because if you wait 1 hour to enter, you will miss out from here to this point. Like 149 pips. That is too much for 21 hour that you could have entered. Okay. So let me take another one. This is another one of this push. This is another type of push of it. This Kijun and Tenkan staying inside the cloud, crossing the push down, and then you can just sell at this level, place your stop loss just at this above this Tenkan mountain, this V. I will take this V. And then you can keep selling to the downside. Another one here. Okay. I think you get the idea after the correction, right? To the downside. Then you have TK cross above the cloud to continue the deep trend. Now you have this also this type of TK cross, but the TK cross happen just above the cloud to continue. Okay, you have this one. This is the TK cross above the cloud, right? This is above the cloud. This is a push through. You can enter just as this thing can. Just when the candle come and touch Tenkan, just right here, and you place your stop loss below this V. This is the Tenkan mountain of the correction, and you place your stop loss below this V. Okay, that's the entry. That's clearly an entry. That's clearly a V stop. V stop for me is the maximum stop loss. TK cross continue. TK cross above the cloud to continue the different, but Kijun touch the SSE cloud. Okay. I don't think I can find this one very earlier, very soon. But this is a little bit an example. It is also a cross above the cloud like this one, right? Like this one. But Kijun will come and touch SSA, then continue to the upside. This looks a little bit like the number, this 18 is a little bit the same thing that I'm saying with the 12. It's a little bit the same thing that I'm trying to say with the 12. Anyway, but anyway, just take it like this because there is no confusion to have there. It is a shape that happens sometimes, but I cannot find this shape like now. I don't think I can find it now. This phase now, this stage. No, this is not it. So I think I will just move on. This is not it neither. Kijun must just only Kijun must touch SSA then continue. So let us move on to the last one, retracement. The retracement in air, right? The retracement in air against the deep trend with a skinny snake or a TK cross or a fat. So retracement is what? Let us take this uptrend. Let us do all of the stage first, like to have a sort of summary. We started here with the dawn candle, right? This is the dawn candle. This is the dawn, isn't it? It is the dawn, right? Then after that, we have a TK cross for the next TK cross below the cloud for the next phase. and then we can enter just at this level. Okay. Then we have Tenkan and Kijun both inside the cloud, and then showing us a reversal here, right? That the reversal is still good to the upside. Then you have a sort of inverted transition here, right? A small transition. Okay, I did not place the stop loss right. Okay, let me place just the stop loss. It's like this. All of this stop loss, all of this first reversal stop loss must be on V stop below Tenkan Mountain, and then this transition just play in here. Your stop loss just right below here, below SSA. Then you have the KSB setup that plays from here. For this KSB setup, this is 1 hour, so that will have been very huge to just make a stop loss. A huge stop loss like this is crazy. Anyway, you place your stop loss at this resistance. But to enter here, you need the confirmation in 5 minutes or ticket cross again to the upside. Then you have a correction here. In the correction, you can enter just at this level, right? That's the phase of the correction. And then you have the push. When you have a push at this point, your stop loss can be, the V is very, this is a gap, right? I'll just put the stop loss just below Tenkan and Kijun like this. This is a gap. Normally the gap must always be filled, but let's just put the stop loss below ticket cross here, below this ticket cross. And then the last phase then is the retracement in air. The retracement in the empty space. I will call it, rather than air retracement, empty retracement, right, against the Jeep trend. The reason why I call empty retracement is because it will be this candle. When you see a fat, what do? You sell, right? It is a fat ticket is a speed of reversal, so you can just sell right here without even waiting the dunk candle on 1 hour. Even at this level, you could have just sell this candle because we are in the air, right? But how do you sell it? How do you sell it? You need to go on lower time frame. This is so far in the past. You need to go on lower time frame and look at what ticket cross before the cloud. But the air retracement will always give you, if you sell the reversal, you always have this one in 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Those 1, 2, 3 dunk ticket cross, those 1, 2, 3 dunk ticket cross, right? Because the dunk candle on 1 hour is about to happen. But to create that dunk candle, for 1 hour to create that dunk candle, it must create a 5 minute 1, 2, 3 TK cross to slow down the speed of the uptrend, to make the car break, so that we can create the downtrend. That's what you will see in 5 minutes. Okay. Let us take an example. Yeah, a close example, so that I can see candle in 5 minutes. Let us take this example, for example. Let us take this one. This one is a retracement, right? To the upside. If you go on I'll go on 5 minutes to just check it. What do I see? For this downtrend to stop, ticket cross made 1, then 2 here, then 3. 1, 2, 3 breaks to sell the air retracement, the 1 hour air retracement, 1 hour empty space retracement. Air retracement sounds better. Air retracement, isn't it? I will call it air retracement. By the way, let me call it air retracement. Why is it empty retracement? Air retracement. It's like Air Jordan. Anyway, let's continue. So that is the end of it. So let us then now have a live example. But before taking the live example, I wanted to emphasize about something. When you see when you see let me go back. I wanted to show you. I want to show you all of the opportunities that you have in a whole complete phase, a whole complete trend phase. Why did I put my these buys? I had many buys somewhere in some candles. I bought some candles here, right? I had some buy tools activated on some. Okay, is this okay? This is the place. So when you see this one, right? We have how many opportunity on this from the bottom to the top there. You had many opportunities to enter, right? You have 1, 2 for each phase, 3, 4, 5, 6, even this retracement, 7, this correction, 8, 9. You have like 9 on a whole phase. You have 9 opportunities to make your money. 9. This can last between how many days? In 6 days, like a 1 week. 6 days is a 1 week trade. 9 opportunities. The trade can be, each one of them can be this one, risk reward of 3, risk reward of 3, risk reward of 3, 3, like around 2 and 3 risk reward. 1, 2, that's 2, 2, 2 and 3 risk reward, 4 risk reward. Okay, so well, you can we can say 9 times 3. How much is 9 times 3? Yes. If I have to compute it with my head, I will not find it. 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 27, right? And that's how you know that you can have a, a good trade, a good return on investment on your trading career. So let us look at this one now. So let us do live checking. What is the type of phase that is happening now? What is the phase for this? What is the when I say phase, I wanted to say stage, but since I speak in French at the same time, like, and that I speak English, I say phase. Phases. I want to say what is the stage of the trend in 1 hour now. Okay, in 1 hour, the stage of the trend is looking like a transition, but this will not be a transition. Looking at these snakes that are playing now, this is looking like a transition because Tenkan is below and Kijun is inside the cloud. Tenkan is below the cloud, Kijun is inside the cloud. Okay. So okay, the transition make the price continue to the downside. That is the idea of the transition, right? It has a transition between these reversal stages below, like ticket cross before the cloud, the dunk, the TK cross inside the cloud, right? TK Tenkan and Kijun inside the cloud. Those are the phases for the reversal phases that we saw just earlier. Reversal, dunk, reversal, dunk, reversal, dunk, reversal in cloud. Those are the phases. Reversal in cloud and reversal and reversal dunk, right? Those are the phases. Now you have a transition. The transition make you see that we need to go to the downside, like to continue this TK cross downtrend. That's what is happening now. When the candle were at this level, when the candle were just when TK just went out here and June was at this point, as I told in the French group that we must first of all buy here, then come and sell at this point. That's what is happening now. The sell on the face on the French video, since I did the French video before doing the English video. So it was the same example. So that's what is playing now. Okay. So now that was a sell. Okay. Now let us go. That was the transition phase. You know what the transition phase does. The transition phase make the trend continue. So now what is this? What do we have now? I mean, in the present moment. The present moment, Kijun and Tenkan are inside the cloud. Both of them. That looks like what? They are inside the cloud. Like the cloud is like this, but Tenkan is not above Kijun. Like Tenkan is not above Kijun. It is Kijun that is above Tenkan, right? For the moment. We don't have this. Instead, we have Tenkan below, Kijun above, like this. And the deep trend is also below. Like for this, the direction is to the downside, right? For this one, the direction is to the downside. For this TK cross, the direction is to the upside, right? Okay. So, but okay, but so we don't have this one to say that it is a reversal yet, a reversal confirmed, but we have this one. Okay. But what happened just right here is that even though we have the Tenkan below Kijun, Tenkan is bending to the upside. That shows like as if we have this, we have the first, this one was a dunk, right? This one is the dunk. And then at this level, it is an inverted Tenkan that is playing out for us to keep buying. So for some time, when you don't see clearly, you go on. I will not put a mark. You go, that was 1 hour. You go here in 4 hour, 4 hour. You try to see what is happening. You are in correction, and the correction is still is very upward. A correction is a skinny right rail. So the price doesn't want to go down further from this point. So that's what is going, why it is going up. But yeah, we want to go to the upside. But for this CK, we want to go to the upside. Tenkan is pointing to the upside, but we are not going to the upside now because Kijun is still flat. That's the configuration where I said that we are going down, right, in daily. Because when SSA is pointing to the upside and SSB is still flat, the candle will follow SSB, and it's happening now. So on daily, we are going down now. On 4 hour, we also have a correction to the downside. But but there's no clear sign that we really want to go down now. Okay, so I'll just call this phase a, which phase it is. It is the reversal dunk against the deep trend. No, it is not. Or is it that? The deep trend is to the downside. The deep trend here is to the downside, right? In 1 hour. I'm looking at it in 1 hour. All right. Tenkan is bending to the upside, right? So it is a reversal down to the phase. The phase is phase one. The stage, it is stage one, right? It's a reversal to the upside. It's a reversal dunk against the deep trend. For the moment. The reason is that in 4 hours, Tenkan and Kijun are like this, even the cloud is like this. And we are below, and it's a correction, it's a TK correction. So it doesn't want to go down, it doesn't want to go down further than this. But in daily, it still want to go down. But in 4 hours, it doesn't want to go down now. Like big. So that's the phase where we are. So let us go on for this one on the gold. Which phase are we in? The phase of the deng is past, the TK cross is just past. Now Tenkan and Kijun are still below the cloud. So we are in phase two, right? TK cross before the cloud. That is phase two. We are not in any other phase than phase two. We are not in 1, 2, 3 deng. No. And we are not above the cloud. We are not inside the cloud neither. So we are in phase two. Normally, we should wait candle touching Tenkan, coming back like this, touching Tenkan, but will it do that? I don't know. We are in phase two here. For this one on Bitcoin, which phase are we in? We are in the push. The push is still playing out, right? We have the push here below the cloud. So this first push, I think, yeah. No, not the first one. This one, this 17, the push below the cloud when Tenkan and Kijun are not touching the cloud. TK cross again here. Okay, that's where we are. That's the phase. But I can also say that we are in the empty space, so that is the air retracement phase. You can retrace here, right, to the upside. Let me try to look at it. The push is still playing out, but since the candles are in air, we can say air retracement, right? Ooh, this can be the air retracement because we are inside a zone here. This can be an air retracement. Top, an SSA is a top daily. Okay, let us say the exact phase where we are now on Bitcoin is the air retracement after the push. I want to emphasize the fact that the push is the one playing out. You can have an air retracement here to the upside, air retracement reversal. That can be also the reversal here. So that's how you do it. So with that said, go and do your own, duplicate the Google Sheet for your own purpose, and find those entries, those stages, and the entries, and name them. And name them. Then do it all in 1 hour. Pick a pair, do it in 1 hour, and find all of these phases, and then take a screenshot, validate others to them, screenshot to, and other student response. No judgment, no critiques, only positive vibe, guys.